me fire, give me that one to the side. All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight it's the North-South Racing League live from Five Flags. Can't wait to get this one going. Going to be a hell of a battle out here as these guys reach the halfway point or close to the halfway point here in this very competitive late model league. I'm Dean Doucette, joined tonight by Mr. Colin J. Kennedy. Colin, Five Flags tonight. What do you think about that?
Oh yeah, Five Flags is a good little half mile in Florida. It's gonna create a good amount of passing points. It's gonna be good on the long run. Tires wear pretty easily here. But Dean, I think we're in for a treat tonight.
Oh, we're definitely in for a treat tonight. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely, a little slow off the hop. We'll get those going though. Again, don't worry about that, folks. Let's look in at the points here this evening. It's Blaise Brinkley off to his lead, holding his lead. You see there, he's got 3 wins on the season, 206 points. Dustin Shepard been very consistent, sitting in second with 189. It's Randy Nichols, Ryan Johnson, and Bryan Hacker, your top 5. Then Stump, who led a lot last week but couldn't hold on at the end. Austin, Eschen, Gebel, and Ryan Joyner round out your top 10. We look in on, or talk about Colin last week. Last week was quite a race, and we had some good battles going on there. Ryan Johnson, your winner, and that was entertaining.
Yeah, no doubt. Ryan Johnson got a good amount of points in that race, so he's moved up into 4th on the point standing. So if he keeps cutting away and starts winning more races, we might see a better battle for the lead for the point standings. If it keeps going that way for a good old Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a lot of guys here. There's a lot of time left, a lot that can happen out here, and these guys will be looking to make all these different things happen. Looks like tonight we got about 30 guys out here, so of course the top 26 out here trying to qualify their way in, and then you'll have the last chance qualifier. That could be still run just for position more than anything else, as you see J.D. Callahan finishing up there. I think it's about 11th place he's going to finish in for qualifying, as these guys just about getting ready to wrap up qualifying, get into that last chance qualifier. What do you think about that, running these last chance qualifiers, Colin? I mean, is it almost nice to be in it to get a little practice, or you? I'm sure you prefer a much better starting position, but what do you think about getting in those?
Yeah, obviously starting up front's way better than running the LCQ and starting last. But honestly, I think it's a good thing because then a lot of people in the back of the pack are going to realize how they're going to pass throughout the race. You're going to learn a lot just running that LCQ with other people. So it gives a fair chance, honestly, to the guys in the back just to see kind of what the racing is going to be like because all these guys have a little bit of practice around each other where they're just trying to put in some clean, solid laps and just be consistent and be ready for the race. And then qualifying, it's just all out. So I think it's honestly great for the people in the back. It just gives them that more experience.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly, and it looks like we are going to run our last chance qualifier as guys start to line up for that. It'll only be 4 guys. They're all in the race, so great practice chance for these. You got Colton Smith, Shane Leveridge, Joe Wachowski, and Clayton Smith. So Colton Smith, Clayton Smith. Last week, I think Wachowski won the LCQ, so he's back in it again, Colin.
Yeah, he might go back to back. You never know. He's starting from 3rd, so it's going to be difficult, but at least he can learn a lot about passing here, especially.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting too because there's a lot of talent here, and you think about these last chance qualifiers, and it's not great to be in them, but you do get the practice and you get a little feather in your cap. I mean, he's won one. I mean, so maybe not winning the race, but winning the LCQ. And he moved up quite well last week. I'm not sure where he finished, but he had moments there where it looked like he was coming into the top 10.
Yeah, confidence is definitely something that you want, especially with any type of racing. I mean, you win a LCQ, I mean, it might just help you out to understand, hold up, I might actually be pretty good here. You never know. Sometimes you're just better in the long run. That's just how it is.
Absolutely, as we seem to be having nobody gridding up here. That's quite interesting. We might be skipping it after all. So that would be quite the interesting event. We'll see, though, and as we await these cars lining up here this evening. So Five Flags, Colin. What do you think about that?
Oh man, I love Five Flags. Five Flags is probably my favorite racetrack to run. I'm pretty good here. Obviously, the Snowball Derbies ran here every year, so one of the best races of the year. But man, just such a great track. It's a driver's track. You got to know your line, which line's the best, especially for your setup. Sometimes people like to run the second groove here just because the bumps at the bottom of the track are there. So running that top groove makes it just more smooth. You might get a better driver off. You never know.
So right now, Colin, we're not seeing anybody on the formation lap as the pace truck takes the formation lap by himself. I hope this isn't iRacing glitch or an us problem. I don't believe it is, as we do see the pace car out there. But right now, formation lap, no cars in it. Highly interesting here, Colin, as we get to speculate on what's going on here this evening.
I've never seen the pace truck win the LCQ before, so yeah, I mean, you see new things every day.
You certainly do. There's no doubt about that. And this one, very interesting, as you barely got a glimpse there of the pace truck. Fortunately, we can't get the camera on him, or we would. We'll see how he's driving out there. Maybe he's doing an excellent job.
Yeah, we need an onboard camera on that one.
Absolutely.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, and the green flag is dropped, and all of a sudden I'm seeing cars being shown on the scoreboard, but that is it. They're not on the track as far as I can tell. All of them listed as out. So,
Are you guys ready to start the redraw process?
yeah, we can move into that. We're busy
Cool.
speculating on this pace truck and see if he's
Yeah.
going to win or not.
Yeah,
New lap record.
I think he's gonna set the all-time race record here. Yeah, we only had 4 cars for the LCQ, and we only transferred 4 anyway, so we just had them not grid. That way we can advance through this and kind of get the show on the road a little sooner tonight.
All right, sounds great to me. You send them to me, Justin. That's Justin Grosser there, one of our league admins, and you bring them in, and we'll knock them out here, and we'll see how these guys do.
Yeah, first one I got is 89 Dustin Shepard.
Hey,
All right, Dustin Shepard having a great season out here. How we doing tonight? How we feeling about Five Flags, Dustin?
pretty good. So it got decent pace. It's a fun track. So of course, we usually race street stocks here, and it always races really well. So these cars are faster street stocks, in my
Now you
opinion.
run this in real life in street stocks. How does the track feel, and how does it handle compared to real life? Is it close?
No, I don't do it in real life. No.
Oh, okay. Well,
No.
I'm trying to send that out there, Dustin.
Be nice.
Perhaps you should be at least. Someone give him an offer out here. I'm sure you could get it done. Would you like to do that, Dustin?
Oh yeah. So I said I race shifter carts here and there when I have time. So
Nice.
I do a little wheel in the shifter carts, but other than that,
Well,
hang
we're
out.
going to see if you do any prognosticating now. We got an empty board here. You had the fastest time. Do you have the fastest or the best ability to pick a number, 1 through
Man.
8?
I don't know. I might just keep it simple and do it for Dale.
Do it for Dale.
Do it for
Number
Dale.
3.
See what we have
Let's
here.
have a look. And
Don't
that's
hurt me.
second. Not bad. I
Hey,
mean,
not bad. I'll take it.
yeah, top
take it.
half,
Oh,
top
oh.
2. I love it. All right, Dustin. Good luck out there tonight.
Thank y'all.
All right, Justin, who's up?
Next up, we got a 75 Mike Alexander.
Mike Alexander out here. Got a race against him tomorrow night myself. Mike, how you feeling? You getting a little more comfortable with these late models?
Yeah, I'm starting to figure them out. I know, I've been saving my tires the last couple weeks, and it hasn't been working out that well. So I think I'm gonna maybe just try to go a little harder this week and see what happens.
I love it. Put that gas pedal down. Let's see what you can do out there. Mike, what do you think about the talent in this league? I mean, it seems like quite good.
Yeah, there's a lot of fast guys in here, and I've raced with these guys for quite a while now, and there's a lot of talent here. There are a lot of guys that are clean in here, and a lot of fast guys, so it's a fun place to race most of the time.
All right, well, let's see if you can clean up on your selection here. Anything but do it for Dale.
I'll take number 8.
Number 8. Let's see. What do we got? Ooh, 7th. That's a tough one, Mike, but still in the top 8. Think you got a good shot tonight. Good luck to you, man.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, Justin.
Travis Hoffler, number 20.
Travis Hoffler, number 20. How are you feeling tonight about 5 flags?
Oh, I'm loving it so far. I didn't expect to be this quick, that's for sure.
Well, you didn't expect to, but you're up here in the top 8. So how important is it to be up here in the top 8 and maybe trying to get, let's say, top 4? I mean, is the track position that important here?
I think it goes back to what y'all were talking about before we jumped up here. The confidence, man. I qualify usually in top 10, top 15, and being able to get in the top 5 in qualifying definitely boosts confidence. So I'm gonna try and bring that into the feature and hopefully make some moves, make the right moves.
I love it. Yeah, you got to be up front to believe you can be up front. Now you're there, and let's see if you can get right to the front.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I usually run pretty good here in the last couple seasons, so hopefully I can keep that momentum going and get a good finish.
All right, let's pick them. 1, 2, 4 through 7.
I'll pick number 1.
Number 1, shooting for the stars. I like it. Ooh, number 5, though. You'll be starting 5th tonight. Best of luck to you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
You too. All right, Justin, next up.
Justin Rigsby in the 31.
Justin Rigsby, appearance here in the top 8, showing some speed out there. How you feeling tonight?
Well, better than I have the first few races of this season, but man, this track's fun. It's challenging, especially if we can get a long run, which I hope we do. We'll see who can keep the tires under them and the nose clean. So hopefully we can maybe get it on the front row here and just hang out up front all night.
I love the way you're thinking. Get up front, get in the front row. You've shown flashes of speed out there and ability to run with these guys. Just a little bit of track position. Who knows what you can do? How about we shoot for the pole here? It's 2, 4 through 7. Those are your numbers to select from.
Well, I'm not great on picking numbers, but let's try lucky 7 tonight and see where it
Lucky
gets us.
number 7. All right. Let's
Like
take
it.
a peek behind the curtain. Oh, I'm really sorry to say it's number 8. Well,
All right. Well,
work
we'll
cut
make the
out
best
for
of
you,
it.
Justin, but still a good qualifying effort, and we'll see you out on the track tonight.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Justin, moving right along.
77, Blaise Brinkley.
Blaise Brinkley, points leader. Blaise, how we feeling? And let's talk a little bit about your name for a minute here. Blaise, is that a born name, a given name, a nickname?
Well, my legal name is Jordan, so if you see me on iRacing in a normal race, it'll be Jordan. But my dad thought that Blaise would look good on the side of a race car, so that's what he named me. And
Well,
my mom,
you're not wrong.
she really didn't care what her child's name was based on racing, so she named me Jordan.
Well,
So my middle
okay.
name is Blaise and first name's Jordan, but I've gone by Blaise since I was probably 4 or 5.
Well, hey, both great racing names in my opinion, and you're a great racer out here leading the points. Can you lead the field here? I think you're looking for your 4th win. Selecting number 1 would do a long way in helping that. What do you got for us? 2, 4, 5, or 6?
I'm gonna go 5.
Number 5. Pole it is. So Blaise, points leader, grabs pole. There might be a little bit of a riot out in the paddock right now, but hey, Blaise, congratulations, and go get him out there tonight.
Thank you.
Wow. Points leader hits the pole. Justin, who's up next?
23, Gary Eschen.
Gary Eschen. Been very good out here, and maybe not always the best of luck, Gary. I'm sure, for a little bit better luck tonight.
Yeah, I'm hoping. The last couple weeks has been a little rough and definitely hurt us some points. We dropped back 4 after last week, so hopefully we can rebound this week and get back into the top 5.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you don't get the boxing gloves out or anything, do you, Gary?
Well, after a couple right rears last week, I wanted to, that's for sure.
I'm sure you did, my
Two
friend.
racing gloves.
I'm sure you did, but brought racing gloves and racing boots instead, man. I'm hoping for you, Gary, and I'm hoping for you in this draw. I think there's, what, 3, 4, and 6 left, and it's number 2, 4, or 6 to choose from.
I'll take number 4.
Number 4. And you're going to start fourth, so not horrible, not great. And Gary, best of luck to you, man.
Thank you.
All right, Justin. 2 spots left here.
Next up, we got the number 11, J.D. Callahan.
J.D. Callahan, I believe, winner in week 1. A great appearance and kind of haven't had the best of luck since. How you feeling tonight, J.D.?
Well, tonight pretty good. I love this track, and this will be the best qualifying spot I've had all season, no matter what happens. So I'm pretty thrilled just to be up here. It's been a rough few weeks, so some track position will help for sure.
Absolutely, and it can't be too bad. I think we got 3rd and we got 6th left, number 2 or 6. So you're right. I mean, you know, you're going to have better than you've had just being in the top 8. That's great. And what are you hoping for, inside or outside row?
Prefer the inside, but I don't really care, to be honest with you. Like I said, just being in the top 10 will make my night. So I'm going to go with number 2, and hopefully it pays off.
All right, let's take a peek. 3rd it is, so starting on the inside in row number 2. Congratulations, JD.
Thank you, sir.
All right, who you got left, Justin?
Last but not least, Phil Martin.
Oh, Phil Martin. How we doing tonight, Philip? Having a good season. You're going to be starting in 6th on the outside. How's that suit you?
I'll take it. I mean, it's better than what I've had so far this year. Finally had a semi-decent qualifying run, so everything else has been like 18th or 20th and just kind of trying to pick my way up there. So kind of starting towards the front, I think helps.
So 5 Flags, pretty racy. How you think the outside can work a little bit here tonight?
I think it can. It's just going to be how much you want to pinch somebody down there, and you know how much give and take you're willing to do. If you're going to pinch some guys, you might be able to get them loose on the bottom and pin them down there a little bit, scoot away. But it's going to be tough.
Yeah, going to be tough out there, but you're starting up here in the top 8, 6 here tonight. Best of luck to you, JD.
Yep, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Justin, anything you'd like to add here or say about your wonderful league?
No, I don't think I have a whole lot to say. Just, you know, it's pretty awesome. What a week are we in right now? Week 6 or 7, and this is the first race. We're going to have a less than 30 car field, so we're going to have about 28 rolling off tonight. So that's I think it just goes to I think it just goes to show that you know, we have all things considered, with this being a new car, a lot of new drivers. I know we've had a lot of unfortunate caution flags, but I think that people are going to get the hang of racing with each other, and sooner or later we're going to knock one of these out of the park and have a really clean and green race, and kind of turn the corner here. So I'm excited for that. It happens every year. It just depends on when. I hope this is the week, because I'm sure it'll be nice to actually what this thing's about, instead of just as short as speed.
Absolutely, Justin. Well, we're thrilled to have you here. Racing's been entertaining. We look for nothing less from you guys. Best of luck to the league, and you know, be easy on them over there in the race control booth.
Hey, sometimes it's like wrangling a bunch of wild cattle. You just gotta use the prod every now and then.
He's got the stick and the carrot, folks, and
That's
got
right.
the stick in his hand right now. So, all right, go get him. Colin, we're here at 5 Flags. I mean, you heard of some of the guys talking, most of them just being glad to be up here in the top 8. What do you think about, lane differences and how important it is to maybe even be on the pole?
Now, I'm not 100% sure how the setup's going to feel, but this track usually has that outside lane working. That outside lane and bottom lane are almost identical, so we're going to see a lot of side-by-side racing, especially on the restarts. I think it'll make for a very, very interesting on restarts. We'll see probably a good amount of passes on the high side heading into turn 1, out of turn 2. I'm interested to see how turns 3 and 4 are going to be, because usually you get loose on the bottom on turn 4 if you're on the bottom. So I think we'll definitely see a variety of people going back and forth with the restarts, but I'm excited to see what this high side's got tonight.
Yeah, so am I. Going to be super entertaining. I'm also looking forward to getting some of those in-car shots. How is this run through the corners? Are we looking at something, a bumpy track, a smooth track? How is it traveling through the corners?
It's relatively bumpy, as we see it, right? It's relatively bumpy. It's not as bad as like Nashville Fairgrounds and stuff like that, but it does have its bumps to it. It has its character. It's gonna be a pretty smooth drive throughout as long as you save your stuff. But if you are driving that thing too hard, you will burn up that right front so fast. You'll burn it up in a blink of an eye. So you'll be washing up that track really soon. And that wall out of turn 4 comes at you very quick. So drivers gotta be ahead of it today.
All right, well, let's hop on board here right quick and just see here with Ryan Johnson. He's playing around a little bit, people. I could tell entering there that was not his best effort. He was trying to get a feel for what that car might do, and perhaps the end of the session coming up there. So we're getting ready to grit him up here for the race feature. This is going to be something here. Five Flags, a favorite of many out here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. It's such a great track. One of the best tracks to run in any type of car you run here. It's awesome. It's just such a groove track. You got to get in your zone. It's definitely difficult, but once you get it, man, it's awesome.
All right, so tonight's sponsor, RC2 Promotions, an iRacing special event organizer that can help manage your special events. They offer quality consulting, event planning, promotion, and full service event management for very competitive prices. Make sure you go check out RC2 Promotions. So that brings us right into the starting grid here tonight. And I don't think this is going to be accurate. Maybe it will, but I think they're going to get lined up still. I don't remember our own redraw process already, but we're going to go with what we got. Ethan Johnson, Dustin Shepard, Mike Alexander, Travis Hoffler, Bryan Hacker, Justin Rigsby, Blaise Brinkley, and Ryan Johnson are your top 8. Blaise Brinkley, your points leader, will be on the pole when they sort that out. So then you got in 9th position, it's Gary Eschen. Jesse Womack will be in 10th. JD Callahan 11th. Then Philip Martin. And you can see all your favorite competitors from the racing on back. There's Randy Nichols up in 13th. Now he's won a race or two as well. Now if you start a little further back here, what are you thinking, Colin?
It's going to be obviously difficult coming through the field. You got a lot of good drivers in this league. Mainly here, all you need to do is save, especially if you're in the back. There's probably going to be a couple cautions here and there. It's not usually a caution fest here at Five Flags. So running just as soon as you're comfortable. So, but yeah, it's just going to be a groove track. Make sure you know what you're doing and don't burn up those tires.
Don't burn up the tires. I've heard that a few times out of you. So we'll be looking to see who these early goers are and whether we get a nice green flag conditions here, and maybe someone out there can conserve tires and make a late run at this thing. These guys finally all lined up and ready to go. We'll see if the pace truck comes off next time around here.
I'm excited to see what Dustin's going to do here. This outside is usually going to be the leader's lane choice whenever they get the choice with which lane. We'll see if he can get maybe side by side with Blaise right off the turn too.
Yeah, I mean that's going to be his goal. Now he's been out here before, so he's got experience trying to do this. The question is, can you do it? And if you do it, Colin, how quickly do you have to get it done? Like, it seems more difficult the longer it goes on.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Being on the high side, it's really hard to be consistent up there. It's not easy. So Yeah, just being consistent up there is difficult. So you want to get in front of that leader as soon as you can, because you're gonna want that bottom as soon as they start running green. So it'll be interesting to see what Dustin can do here.
All right, here we go. Brinkley and Shepard, Callahan and Eschen. Pace truck off. Green flag dropped. Slow start from Blaise, even with the green there, but he's still down and away in front of everybody. It's Callahan and Shepard going at it. The 89 trying to get in there. Couldn't get into second. He's got to find a spot quickly before he loses too much ground.
Yeah, Blaise shot off like a cannon right there. Awesome restart, awesome start for him. So he just needs to manage that gap, save those tires. All he can do right here is just pace himself.
These guys working hard. I mean, unbelievable. Shepard on the high side is going to get it done, I believe. The 89 completes the pass, or holds his position, I should say. Great job by him. A little further back, it's Alexander down on the bottom, the 23 of Gary Eschen up on the high side.
Great battle right here. This is exactly what I was talking about with the 2 lanes here. We're going to see a lot of this passing. Oh, I thought 69 was going to look for a 3-wide move right there. I mean, you can do it here, but it's not the smartest thing.
No, Nichols got a little loose on exit there. He was looking to get underneath of Eschen, but Eschen holding on. Now Nichols gathers it back up for another run. I like off of 4 being on that low side. It seems to be they can get it done down there.
Oh yeah, that wall comes up on you quick when you're out of turn 4, so that high side is going to get hurt right there. But man, 1 and 2, you should see a pretty good gap. Maybe you might even see some passes off of turn 2 off on the high side. Well, it's going to be interesting to see.
Eschen's got to be hurting up here on the high side. He's got to fall in. He finally does. Wow, right in front of Scott Austin there. So Austin back in 9th, and Josh Cole now on the high side as he's getting hassled by Philip Martin in the 46.
Oh yeah, this is another great battle, inside and outside. I think you'll see a little bit of a run right here on the outside. He might have just let off a little bit once he get to that inside. That inside is going to be a preferred lane right here, especially if you want to save tires just early. You don't want to be pushing them too early right here, because then you're just going to get gathered up and you're going to be passed.
Looks like we've got a wreck back here. Big pile up. Ethan Johnson involved.
He had one on his roof.
Several cars. Looks like Klein, Moore, Loveridge, all involved. Let's get a look in on it. So the 951 here, I believe, is a white car. And he's right in front of him. The 46 out of 48, a couple of times out of shape. That's going to be Colton Smith there, and that just kills a couple of good cars. My goodness.
I could be wrong, but I think the 48 tagged the apron right there. That apron's hard to see. The track surface looks the exact same from the apron and on the track, and it is easy to hit that thing, and it will definitely spin you out.
Yeah, it looked like also he was a little out of shape the corner before. And talk a little bit about that, Colton. So you come out of, say, 2, and for instance, and you're just a little out of shape. Now maybe a car gets to your outside. You've got to rebalance and get into the next entry. It's tough, isn't it?
Oh, no doubt it is. Gathering that back up after you make a mistake is easier to make a mistake in the next corner, because you're almost like not in your same groove. You're in a different place where you have not practiced. Because I mean, nobody practices them getting a terrible exit off of turn 2. Usually it's all about the same. But yeah, it's difficult gathering it back up, especially when you have somebody to your outside, because then you have to worry about their line too.
And there's a look at Frankie Klein and his inappropriate crew there. What do you think about that, Colton?
Hey, I mean, be different. Let's just say that. Be different. Might be a way to.
I don't know. I wouldn't be that different. That's different.
I mean, that might be like a weight disadvantage thing. Maybe they work quicker in no clothes.
I don't know. I might be too old to get down with that there. That's a little bit much for me. Loveridge comes in as well. So you see there on our pit board, we'll try and get to that during these pit stops. Not a whole lot of action up top. Most of the guys involved in that wreck. So not a whole lot to report on any advantage, disadvantage thus far.
I think anybody that's coming in right now might be coming for tires, because they do start with 22 gallons of fuel, and that will definitely get you to the end of this race. So it might be some strategy. Another great restart from everybody, very clean so far, as you could tell. It'll be pretty interesting to see what this 75 can do on this 11. I'm interested to see if he can hold it right here. Oh yeah, he gets a good little exit. He might pull forward a little bit. If he can get a good run off of 2, he might have a chance of passing him.
I don't know. He's got to get down here. He is in the world of hurt if he can't find a spot in, because the 20 of Hoffler making his move, trying to fill that spot. But no, Alexander holds off. He's going to get down the track. Great job by him. Behind him, it's a 69 and Nichols on the high side. Eschen down low. They roll up on Hoffler now.
Yeah, this is great racing from Five Flags. This is exactly what you want to see here. A lot of passing opportunities, a lot of mistakes. This is perfect.
Here comes Rigsby. So we got side-by-side action, 2 deep, and we got a caution out on the track. Not sure what happened. It looked like maybe Austin Williams involved.
Yeah, a little bit of nose damage on both those cars.
Let's get a look here. I'm not seeing anything. Oh, and up in front of them. So a little contact here. Looks like Dismer in the 62. Oh, and just inadvertent contact. I don't know if he thought he was clear or the car up top did. I didn't really get a good look at it, but contact there. Doesn't look like that was a caution though.
It's a car. There's a car sitting on the backstretch, right there at right where the asphalt was.
Interesting. So a little bit of contact there. No big problems, but someone has had an issue out on the track. We look in on our pit stops. Going to be Colton Smith and Frankie Klein going back in to check on his man girls here.
He just needed a little bit of satisfaction. That's all he needed.
Oh my goodness. I don't want to know what Frankie's up to over there. With the 48 of Colton Smith back in. So that's twice he's been on pit road. He's probably not very happy right now. And this happens on short tracks. Colin, when these guys get going, you know, we get a couple of cautions out here, and it may be only a segment of 5 or 10 cars, but they're pretty upset. And now that can really snowball, can't it?
Oh yeah, short track, short tempers is what is the number one saying here. And going in every every caution and having to get service is terrible, because this track, you go down a lap down so fast. So, and you're already mad about the caution and you getting damaged, and it makes it even worse whenever you get put a lap down because of it.
So we're looking here to see if the choose rule is being done correctly here. Now the track split in about half this week. Last week it was go way down low. This week more center cut. So we're gonna see here as they come around who chooses and who makes a big move here. I mean, how far back would you be to take second or fourth, say?
Like on the outside, I mean, honestly, anytime that you can try to gain position would be great. It was just like that guy that was doing it last week. You had that chance of getting in. Somebody might slip up and you can just slot right into that spot. I'd like to see Blaise go to the outside one of these times, because heading into turn 1, you just get a way better entry going into turn 1, and you can get the power down way easier than everybody else right off of turn 2, and you'll blast right out in front of them. But maybe he just has more confidence on the bottom right now. You never know. It might change over time.
That was Stump last week who chose to do it. Right now,
Yeah,
Shepard seems to be fine starting second. Alexander goes fourth. And then Hoffler jumps in to sixth. And Martin in eighth. So those guys who chose the high side. Very interesting. We'll see how it pays off or hurts them here.
Well, Shepard's learning a lot on that high side right now. He's gonna figure out different ways to gain time on Blaise right now, running that high side. All he needs is just a good fire off right off of the green flag, and maybe we'll see something. You never know.
Yeah, absolutely. He feels comfortable up there, but second is one thing. You like to think you got the odds to either beat third place down into that hole or get in behind him. But once you get back into fourth and sixth, it gets a little more tricky. Here we go, though. Brinkley, Shepard, Callahan, Alexander. Brinkley down and away again. Shepard looks like he didn't quite get it done. Here comes J.D. Callahan.
See if Shepard get the power back down here, maybe pull alongside of him. Yeah, they're alongside. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Hopefully they can hold on to it.
Really throwing it in there, smooth but hard, aggressive here as he tries to hold off Shepard. Shepard doing such a good job on the high side. He just can't be cleared.
We are too wide, like 8 rows back. This is exactly what I'd like to see. This is great racing right here.
This battle continues to rage on, and Eschen right behind. He's getting runs. He's almost considering going 3 wide here. Shepard fighting for his life. He has got to get in front of the 11. Little contact there.
Yeah, this is Shepard just trying to get back to that P2 position because he knows he's probably faster than Blaise right now. See, and he pulls along, he pulls in front. That's exactly what you want to see from the outside.
Shepard also.
Oh, we got caution.
There's Josh Cole. So Josh Cole has wrecked or been wrecked. We're going to get a look and find out. Lap 28 of 100 here. Oh, there's contact up in front of him. That's Matt Cook in the white and orange. Nothing going on. They get down. We talked about next corner. Oh, and Cole is just late getting into the entrance, drifts up a bit and self-wrecks and collects one there for good measure.
Yeah, that was just a little bit of...
I think he's watching that guy in front of him. You know, he's seeing the wiggling, the wobbling, and it gets in your head. You miss your braking point. You miss the corner, and bam, all of a sudden you thought someone else was going to wreck. Now you're the wreck.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. He seemed a little high on entry, but he just could not hold it right there.
So Colton Smith's still in. Frankie Klein's still in. We don't need to see that pit crew again. It doesn't look like right now anybody else coming in here. We're already on lap 28, maybe closer to 29 or 30 at this point. I mean, they're going to click off awful quick here, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. 100 laps goes by in a blink of an eye. So I'd like to see some of these people, you know, give a gamble, go for 2 tires right here. You never know. You never know what can happen at this track. It's so different. It changes throughout. But 2 tires right here, I think will honestly benefit a lot of people, especially if you run that outside lane, because you just have so much more forward grip.
Looks like we got the 87. That's Justin Moore coming in. So Moore deciding to pit. He might be the only one out here. And, you know, if you're towards the back now, Moore's laps down, so that's unfortunate. But one of these guys on the lead lap, I don't understand how you don't pit. If you're Josh Cole, let's go to someone on the lead lap like Austin Williams in 21st position. I mean, I would have pitted. There's no doubt. You're not going to lose a spot. Shane Leveridge, actually, last car on the lead lap. Why are these guys not pitting, Colin?
They might be wanting to wait a little bit longer to put on those tires, or maybe they're just not confident enough to take those tires off.
But I mean, they also got damage. I mean, just to get damage fixed even. So I often get this wrong, and when we talk to people later, we find out the answer. But I'm here to speculate, folks, and I don't know why they wouldn't at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think I definitely would at this point, or just do something. I mean, obviously, running in the back, you can always try different things. So I feel like he could have tried it, but
Colin,
maybe
I might just come in for an ice cream.
Yeah, exactly. That or go and see your pit crew that's in.
Well, you know, Frankie's got stuff going on over there. I don't know he's coming in no matter what.
Yeah, I don't think he has an option. He wants to.
So here we go. It's still Brinkley and Shepard. Shepard's done a great job holding on to second. He was in jeopardy before that caution come out. JD Callahan back here in third. It's Alexander in fourth. So these guys all stay status quo. Eschen, Rigsby, Nichols, Martin, Austin, and Bryan Hacker making an appearance towards the top 10. Hoffler, Gebel, Janjanin, Houton, Cook, Johnson, Clavey, Womack, Mathis, Williams, Dismore, and Leverwords, your lead lap cars. As I just ran a lap around my mouth, it's a long one.
Okay. Let's hope that Dustin gets a pretty good little start right here. I want to see what he can do against Blaise.
All right, here we go. Again, he gets checked up. Great job by Blaise, throwing him off balance a little bit there. He tried to get a jump and just timed it wrong. Here comes JD Callahan again. Mike Alexander right in there on that low side. Eschen a little further back, but these guys are tough. Shepard trying to hang on.
Shepard's doing a great job on the outside, but JD Callahan wants that position. He wants to be in second right now. Maybe he's just more confident than he is.
Yeah, too late now though. Shepard in, Alexander right on the bumper, and now Eshin trying to get underneath Alexander. Can't quite get there. So these top 4 or 5 get sorted out. Rigsby and Nichols going at it.
Oh yeah, we love seeing the 69 moving up into the field. We love seeing it. I know Barron's out there watching somewhere. We love seeing that 61 move up.
Absolutely. This is a little Barron, how do you do time as we look in on Randy Nichols, the 69 machine. He's up 7 spots on the night, currently sitting in 6th, and he just passed Rigsby. Here comes the 5 of Austin as well. He's up 8 spots.
Yeah, he's definitely going to pounce on this 31 right here. He sees it. He's struggling on the high side. All he's going to do is run that bottom and hope that he can get pounced by him. I think he can right here. He's rolling that bottom pretty well right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Bryan Hacker. Yep, Bryan Hacker's going to follow that 5. He's going to try to get up under that 31 also.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, if you're on the outside and you can't get down, you're going to get freight trained. You got to get up here and beat the car or fall in behind them, because people will line up behind you. The 2 of Janin coming now.
Oh yeah, finding that gap is difficult. It's harder than working that outside. So he's either got to figure out how to run it, or he's going to have to hope for the best and get a hole, because these cars are catching him way faster than he wants to right now.
Yeah, so unfortunate for him, fortunate for others. Here comes Philip Martin, so the train keeps rolling.
Oh yeah, it's going to keep coming, honestly, if he doesn't figure it out. But I think he's starting to get it down a little more. He got the power down pretty good that last lap, and he was almost, I thought he was almost going to get back alongside the 2 car right here. He had a little bit of gap right here. He might get another one.
Well, he's playing it clean, and I enjoy that. But at this point, with these many cars lined up, you got to take a little bit of risk and get her down there. It's not easy. Martin clears. Janin in the 2 car clears.
Yeah, he needs to get on that quarter panel. And
oh no! Big trauma. That looked like Philip Martin there involved.
I think he might have got loose right there on that high side. It's difficult running that thing, especially near the wall.
Let's get a look here. See if we can get this replay here. You see Martin down on the bottom, Rigsby up high. Here comes the 2 car. Oh, and contact. So it looks like maybe he just drifted up and thought he was clear, but he wasn't. Hard to say here.
Rigsby held his line pretty well. Maybe came down just a tad bit, but I think this is kind of like a racing deal. One came down, one come up, so just trying to get the same amount of insurance.
Yeah, and other cars caught up in this, and they're not going to be happy. Several cars messed up, Cook's involved.
Yeah, a lot of these guys were just trying to, almost move in on that freight train right there, so they thought they can punch it, but it just didn't work out.
Absolutely. So pit stops commencing here. Looks like Hacker's in. Ryan Johnson's in. Austin is in.
We're almost right there at about halfway, so maybe they think that these 2 tires are going to make them just that bit faster. Surprised Blaise didn't come in right here, because that's what he did last week at the Bull Ring. He split it in half, and I mean, you saw it right there at the end of the race. He was coming quick.
So I thought I was seeing double and perhaps different, going colorblind or something. We got 2 number 2s on the track. We got 02 as Bryan Hacker, and that I was calling him wrong as Janin earlier. So if you notice that fault, which there may be many folks, you can file it under oldness. As
we're not perfect up here. We try our best.
Absolutely. So that's Janin now. Big mover up 13 spots. How about Dinsmore, though? Dinsmore now up 15 spots in the 62. Don't give a chance to call his name too often. Now in 10th and looking good.
Oh, yeah. Clean car. Ain't got no damage on it. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want to see. He's just been running a clean race, letting other people make mistakes, and he pounces on it. That's exactly what he needs to be doing right now. And he's probably been saving a bit since he's been running back there.
Try to catch this choose rule for you folks. Been missing them. They're definitely hard to catch. It's going to be Brinkley, Shepard, Callahan, Alexander, your first 4 cars to choose.
Interested to see if Shepard's going to go. Shepard might go low here. Nope, he's going to go to the high side. He must see something that he likes. You never know.
So interesting choices there. It looked like Gebel maybe moved up quite a bit in the 91 machine. So Gebel makes a move and now showing up 13 spots. He'll slide into 5th position.
That was smart right there. That's exactly what he needed. He just needs to keep moving up slowly to the field. Some of these people might not pit. They might think track position is more important than tires. So if that's his plan, he just needs to slowly start coming through the field.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great risk at this point. What people forget too is like cautions come out. So if you gain 4 positions, the chances of you losing them back in just a few laps are not that great. So, I mean, depending on how you view the race, if you view it going green, that's a different animal than if you think there's going to be cautions.
Absolutely. Let's see if Dustin can get it down this time. I'm excited. I'm hoping he's just going to get it one time.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag, down and away. Brinkley down and away. Shepard with an excellent start. He might consider going down instead of fighting, and he does. Callahan and Alexander resume their battle.
This is one of Dustin's best chances to run this leader down. But we're having a good little battle here for 3rd. Mike Alexander holding it pretty strong on the outside. Let's see if JD can hold on to his position right here. Fighting pretty well on the bottom, still holding that bottom pretty well. That 75 is running him low, though. That's exactly what he needs to do.
Yeah, he knows he's in a world of hurt if he doesn't get out in front. So Mike fighting for every inch, and maybe even hoping for a caution out here at some point, because there is a whole train behind him.
Yeah, and you saw what happened to that car before. He gets swallowed up quick as soon as you're stuck on that outside. So once again, he's either find a gap or work that high side. But he's holding his ground on the high side. They are side by side every lap.
He's getting better each and every lap he runs up there. And JD Callahan has got his hands full with Alexander. That battle continues. Oh, and he gets loose. This gives Alexander the jump. Alexander one good corner away from clearing him from the high side.
That was close. I'm glad that JD held on to his position right here. Let's see if he can't battle back and get back to 3rd here. And it seems like he is. He's pulled alongside of him again. This is a great battle right here.
Great battle. No give up at all in these two as they keep fighting side by side.
All Gary is saying right now, let's get a move on. Let's get a move on, because those leaders are running away right now. He's just waiting for one of them to make a mistake, or both of them make a mistake, and he'll pounce on both of them.
Hate to focus on just this battle, but I mean, what a battle it is. Alexander driving for his life. Up the track goes Nichols. Not sure that's wise, but Nichols just looking to maybe get some air to that machine to just balance it out. I don't think he wants to go to the high side, but he's thinking about it.
Might have more trust in that 75 of Mike Alexander. He might think he can get around this 11 car JD Callahan. But it seems like Mike's losing a little bit of ground right here as the 23
This is the old highway, right? Do I take the left lane or the right lane? Which one's moving in rush hour traffic? But it looks like JD gets in there, and now Eschen slides in to fight with Alexander as Alexander's in a war, and it's not going to stop.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm hoping he's not burning all his stuff up right here, because it's going to hurt him in the long run. That high side ain't got as much rubber laid down on top as we got a caution.
Oh, we got caution. It's Matt Cook. Something's happened. He's already on pit road. So something happened with the 15 of Matt Cook. And that saved Mike Alexander, because he was probably getting worn out up there. Here's a 15 all alone on the track. Could be a self-spin here. Comes down through the corner, and he just starts to lose the rear end. Pretty easy to do that around here, isn't it, Colin?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. This track's slick right off of turn 4, so getting that power down is definitely difficult. I've done it multiple times.
So bringing our pit board up, looks like Gebel coming in. Clavy comes in. Clavy coming in from 10th. He just gotten into the top 10. Womack's in. Dismore was having a good run, and Rigsby. So all these guys coming in here, and it's, what lap are we on? 62 of 100. So fairly late here, I think, to be pitting with so many cars. It's going to be tough, isn't it?
Yeah, no doubt. And I think anybody that's in the top 5 right here is not going to be pitting. Oh, wait, we got one going in. We got Mike Alexander going in, I think.
No, he faked it. He faked a lot of fakers out here.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Definitely like to pull some people in on accident. But yeah, I don't think anybody from the top 5 is going to go in for the rest of the race. It's too late in the race now. Only time I see that is if Dustin Shepard goes in, the whole field's going to follow him, and it's just gonna hurt Blaise. But we'll see.
All right, back to the choose rule, and I don't know if Mike wants to do this again. Does Alexander go to the high side again?
After fighting like that, he'll probably stick to the inside right here. I wouldn't be surprised, or maybe he's figured it out. I mean, he ran plenty of laps up there. We'll see.
I mean, he scored in front of Eschen still, so he might be thinking, hey, I maintained my position. I didn't lose nothing, and I was close to gaining something. He might try it again.
We'll definitely see, but I like what Dustin did right there. He's starting to figure it out a little more, manage that gap. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see what he can do, especially coming in here later. He's going to want that win. He's been behind Blaise the whole race. So he's definitely starting to get a little bit more hungry.
Looking for some YouTube comments out there. Who you got? Who you like out there in YouTube land? So we see the choose. Looks like Shepard might be going high. Yes, JD goes low. Mike goes back high.
Hang on.
Nichols stays low. Looks like, is that Jan moving up? So I think
Yeah,
that's
or
Jan went to the bottom. It looks like maybe Nichols went up there, I think. Let's have a look. No, it's a 20 of Travis Hoffler, who slides into 6th.
Interesting.
So I like
That's
that
pretty
move from Travis,
Yeah, I
because
like it too.
I think you got to pick up at least 4 spots. That's kind of my theory on these short
Mhm.
tracks. Give me 4 spots, I'll take it. You want to give me 3, I'll stay low.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely have that chance of pulling in, especially with all this side-by-side battling. It's just going to create more gaps. But Dean, who you thinking? Who you rooting for?
Well, I know James Newman out there rooting for Eschen. Eschen currently in 5th position. Get a look in on him there in the 23. But, you know, I got to race Mike Alexander tomorrow night, so I'm kind of rooting for Mike, see how he does. He's been doing great on the high side, and here we go, folks, getting back at it.
Green flag.
Green flag down. Brinkley back out front. Shepard slides into 2nd, and back to the battling we go for Callahan and Alexander.
Deja vu. We're going at it again. Let's see what 75 can do right here. He's going to be more confident on his high side, especially now that he's figured it out and he knows that he can battle that 11. All he wants JD to do is make a mistake right here, and he's going to pounce.
Yeah, lap 68 of 100. These guys got to make a move. While they fight it out, let's look back a little further here. You see Scott Austin right in front of him, Janin and Hoffler. Hoffler chose that high side, not working out for him. He started in 6th, already fallen to 9th.
Janin's definitely coming to the field. What a great race for him. He's moved up 12 positions on the night. This is great.
Back a little further, it looks like we look in on Womack in the 14. Clavy's back there. Dismore's back there. Oh, and there's wrecking right in front of them. Someone's in the wall. That's the 85 of Williams, I believe. We got in the wall in a secondary wreck. That's the number 5 of Scott Ott. No, it was not.
Sure, what happened right there?
Not sure who that was, but I think it was Josh Cole, I think, was the secondary. And let's get a look in on that one. So Cole here, this is up in front of the one wreck. Bang, bang, and turned goes to 72 of Shane Loveridge. And then bam, and the 6 gets a piece of it too.
That 72 almost had a blowover, like it was running at Talladega or Daytona.
Let's get a look and see if we can see any other wreck.
Because we had something up front. It seemed like somebody either got in the wall or got put in the wall.
So those two going at it up at the top
Yep.
of your screen. And then coming through there, there's a few incidents going on around there.
There's a lot
Frankie's
of
back
checking up.
there. Frankie's done with his pit crew. He doesn't want to go back to the pits. Speaking of which, Nichols comes out, Hoffler comes out, Austin on pit road. So some of our top goers do come in and take a pit stop this time around.
Yeah, they might be looking for something different. They just realize that they weren't gaining a whole lot, so might as well take a gamble. You never know.
Rigsby and Gordon come in. I'm not sure I like this late, excuse me, folks, little burp there. Late pit stops here, only 27 laps to go.
Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical about this. I would have been in a little bit earlier, but maybe they know something that we don't. You know.
Well, I think they do. I mean, there's only so many lead lap cars, right? So you're looking at maybe 18, 19 lead lap cars, maybe less. So guys like Hoffler, Nichols, I mean, they were back, you know, in that beyond 10th place type of situation or close to it. They're not going to lose a whole lot of track position, but they're going to gain a lot with those tires. And you told us how important tires really are here.
Oh yeah, they're no doubt very important. It's interesting to see some of these guys come in. But one thing that I do know is that some of these guys can possibly get in a wreck, especially when they're going back there to the back, because you know wrecks do happen usually mid-pack. So it's a risk, but I mean, when you know you're not going to have a chance at anything else, you might as well try something different. So, as we see, the 89 take the outside again.
Yeah, and he keeps going out there.
He wants it. I'm excited for something. I'm excited for him to get something going right here because he was running some pretty quick laps right there. That last time we were green.
All right, so up front, Brinkley and Shepard. Alexander gets into third on the bottom this time. Eschenau on the high side. Callahan slides to fifth. Hacker makes an appearance in sixth position. So watch out for the red number 2, a Hacker. Jan Janin, the blue number 2 on the black car there. So we're going to have 2 side by side or close to it.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Let's see if we can get the 23 and the 75 reverse the roles, but do the same thing. Let's see if they can get a battle off the top and the bottom. This would be awesome.
Absolutely. Brinkley, Shepard, Alexander, Eschen, Hacker, and Callahan. 25 laps remain in the Pensacola 100.
Go time.
Oh, he held him good there. Brinkley keeps out dueling Shepard. And here comes Alexander trying to peek down low. Not quite there. Shepard closes the door. Here comes Eschen trying to get a run off and get underneath. He will. Alexander put back to the high side.
What a move off the corner. He got the power down. He knew that he can get on the inside. I couldn't hold it.
Alexander not having it. He's like, I'm not going there again. I've been to that motel. It stinks.
Yeah, he knows he's got speed in that car, especially if he can hold that outside like that. So it'll be exciting to see if he can get past Dustin. We got another battle at 73 and
these are some of the guys with fresh tires coming. It's Nichols trying to get underneath Clavy. He takes it 3 wide. Clavy's stuck in the middle. Great job of race craft there by him, but they're wrecking nonetheless. And Clavy gets cleaned up. I mean, that's the payoff. It's just not fair.
That's Dustin Shepard. He was in second.
Wow, we gotta get a look at what the heck happened here. So poor Clavy was doing a great job, got put in a bad spot in the middle, held on, but still got involved. I don't think, up front, there's a secondary wreck. We got to get to that, folks. Matter of fact, let's go look at it right now. You're right. Shepard now, it looks like Alexander got into him. Go into it here, into the corner, and Alexander just touches him. He backs out. He gets cleaned out by Eschen, and then Eschen straightens about. Oh, and Hacker comes through, so.
That is devastating for Shepard, man.
Oh, it was Shepard, yeah. You see these guys go, wow. So Alexander just, barely touched him. You can see him trying back out, and he gets cleaned out. Unbelievable turn of events here.
Yeah, Shepard ran a good race. That sucks for him because I think he had the best chance of running Blaise down.
And we get late in these races. It's tough out there. Rigsby coming on pit road. Wow. Dustin Shepard, we've seen this last week or in past weeks, a couple of different leaders losing it or getting taken out from the lead. It's unfortunate, but the harder they race, any contact, middle off, and you're going around, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, no doubt. It's going to be interesting to see. We got 18 laps to go. Can Bryan Hacker get there? He has newer tires, too, just to point that out.
Well, Hacker pitted on lap 45, so yes, much fresher tires. We'll see if they've equalized or not, but it's been all Blaise Brinkley, your points leader. He drew the pole for the second or third time. I mean, he's just a magician with drawing and driving, and he loves going pole to pole and controlling these restarts. Colin, it's a real advantage, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no doubt. You get to pick whenever you jump. You can catch people off guard. I wish he picked the high side more, but I mean, it's obviously working for him, so it's definitely gonna be interesting.
Chris Stump out there. Hacker has the best tires, so lots of great
no
comments out there in YouTube land.
Yeah, I think this 2 car is gonna have the best chance right here. So we'll see the difference between 50-year-old tires and almost 80-year-old tires.
Year-old, my goodness, Colin, 50-year-old and
oh well, 50
these
50
tires
laps
are
old.
old. I mean, these are like old bicycle tires. What are you going for?
You never know. Sometimes they made stuff better back then.
It's true. It's true. They lasted. They might still be around. Who knows? Brinkley, Hacker, Eschen, Alexander, Austin up 11 spots. Callahan, Nichols made his way back up here to 7th. He's got really fresh tires. Gebel, Hoffler, and Jan and I know a couple more of those guys. I think Hoffler and maybe Gebel have fresh tires as well.
Mike Alexander on the top again.
Oh,
see how that goes again.
Alexander, he's a long race for him, starting on the top a lot. Here we go, folks. Brinkley leading him down, and down and away he goes. Hacker trying to hang in there. He's gonna get into second, and then it's gonna be Eschen on the inside of Alexander.
Yeah, Brian's gonna have way better tires right here. He's gonna be able to hold that bottom group better. We'll see if he can run him down. Blaise has got that clean air.
So Eschen through the corner, no problem. He'll slide into third. Not quite, says Mike Alexander.
Yeah, Mike Alexander's holding his ground on the outside, man. It's impressive. Yeah, he's got it figured out now. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can get in the
14 to go, and they're wrecking again. I hear the tires squealing. Looks like Mathis, but it looks like he may have already gone to the garage. So interesting here. We're going to have another restart. 13 laps to go here in the Pensacola 100. So the number 6 silver car there on the bottom. Here comes Clavy. They're 3 wide. Shepard's in there. Oh, and on the outside, he just gets turned.
I wonder if he just didn't know he was there.
That's the 29 of Jason Gordon there. So the 6 just, well, it looks like the 29 come down a little bit, but we're about to enter the corner. Hard to tell fault there for certain. But unfortunate, and you seen Shepard there. He is trying to make his way through there. It is not easy, and he is not happy. Second all of this race in that turn from Alexander, whether it was his fault or not, really has probably upset him.
I think it's safe to say we might have some Monday night fights in that Monday night fights chat. So we'll see. But I think this has been a pretty good race, and tempers are definitely flaring just a little bit right here, especially towards the end.
Moore gets a lucky dog. That will not put him on the lead lap, though, so he's still got work to do. We're going to be down to 10 to go here. Unbelievable. Blaise Brinkley, I mean, when you're leading these things, you're pretty happy and content to have restart after restart, are you not?
Oh yeah, no doubt. Especially when you have that dude with those new tires behind you. You do not want no long run because you know that he is definitely going to be faster right here. So all Blaise needs to do is just focus on running his line, hope for the best, be confident, and do not let that 2 car get to your bumper and you make a mistake.
Well, you got Hacker and you've got Eschen. Both guys looking good out here. The problem is, can they get clear of each other no matter who wins the battle and get into it quickly? Because if they get side by side, Colin, I got to say, it's all over. Blaise will be your winner.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, he's gonna have to get a good restart right here. Maybe even hold his ground on the outside. He's gonna have new tires. He's gonna have more forward grip. So we'll see. How about old Adam Gable? He's ran a pretty good race tonight, up 12 positions on the night. He's doing pretty good. What do you think about him, Dean?
Yeah, I like Adam Gable a lot. I think he runs a solid race out there. Not sure if he's got a chance at winning, but he definitely got a chance at a top finish. You see Nichols on the outside up there, that's 69, a little worse for wear. It's been beat up. I mean, you're supposed to be a little more gentle with the 69, are you not?
I mean, sometimes people like it more rough. You never know. I mean,
Well. Let's leave it at that, folks. It's Brinkley and Hacker, Eschen and Callahan, Alexander and Nichols, Gebel, Hoffler, Austin, and Clavey in your top 10. And I like the fact Clavey's back up there. He got roughed up, man. He did so good on that 3 wide we covered, backing out a little bit, letting the chaos, and still got collected. It's the way racing goes sometimes.
oh yeah, no doubt. This is about to get real interesting, though. Be ready, Dean.
8 to go. Pace truck off. Blaise leads him down. Early start this time from the 77. Hacker trying to hold off Eschen on the inside. Hacker does get down there. Here comes the 11 of J.D. Callahan on the outside. Mike Alexander back up here. He's on the low side. It's all Brinkley being chased by Hacker.
Gary cleared himself already, so he's gonna have a run at it. He's gonna have a run at this too, also. And once again, we got Mike Alexander fighting. This time he's on the inside. He's on the inside. Let's see what he can do on the inside right here against good old J.D. Callahan.
So right now, Hacker trying to run him down. Let's go on board with Bryan Hacker, see if he's got something for a race leader. 5 to go.
He's definitely smooth right now. You can tell that his tires are still pretty good. He's gonna get a little loose right here, I think. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's just a tad bit, but he is definitely running him down a little bit. He just needs to stay smooth. But with 4 to go, he better get there quicker. Let's just say that.
Yeah, 4 to go. It might be done. Alexander in 4th, Callahan 5th, Nichols in 6th. Shepard is loose. That's Gebel. Gebel loosing around, bringing out the caution. We're going to re-rack him, folks. Oh, Gebel's night has fallen apart.
Commentator's curse. That is my fault, Adam. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Up in the booth, night 1, Colin throwing out the curses, and now he's got the whole field coming. He's like the choose cone out here.
He might be better off. We'll
wow,
at least
Gebel sitting here, and the fire coming out the windows, that's coming straight out of his ears. I can't imagine sitting there watching yourself be put a lap down.
Yeah, what a great night that he was having too. He was doing so good, running so clean.
Let's see what happened to him here. So the 91 seemingly alone here. He's got Austin behind him. Come down into the corner. Oh, down on the apron, a little too low there. And it's just that slow burn. That's a painful slow turn, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it sucks. It definitely sucks. It's a moment of a realization of, oh yeah, I messed that up. Yep, I've done it before. It's not easy, so.
All right, in the chat we got what? Chris Stump, James Newman. Who you got? One more shootout. I'm sure Brinkley's the favorite. We got rooting for Eschen, rooting for Hacker. Can either of these guys, the 02 or the 23, get up here and do something with them?
I've got faith in Hacker. I think he's gonna have something this time. Let's just hope for the best. I'm really excited to see if he can hold that outside. He's got those fresher tires. You saw that he could run them down a little bit. Let's see what he can do right here. But Brian, you got my pick.
All Let's see if anything funky goes on the old choose rule here. You know,
Yeah,
Brinkley's going low.
I think you'll see just inside, outside. Like everybody picks inside or outside. I don't think you'll see two back inside. It's just gonna be. It's just not gonna be. It's not gonna be worth it right now. Or maybe you will. You never know. I don't think it's choose yet though.
I was gonna
Not yet,
say
not
they're
yet.
all choosing the same lane.
Well, I saw Blaise going high for him, and I was like, "Uh-oh, Blaise might try out the high side."
That
right
would
here.
be interesting. This
That
late in the
would.
race, a green-white checker coming up at the Pensacola 100.
Yeah, I think this is definitely the choose rule right here because Blaise pulled pretty low. Let's see. I'm interested to see what everybody does. I think it's going to be a pretty split. Everybody's just going to split right here. Yep, that's it. He chose outside.
Top 4 split, top 6. No, Nichols stays
Oh, we got
low.
2 on low.
Here comes Austin, so Austin gonna hop to the outside and grab that. Looks like Hoffler gonna jump on the outside. Shepard's going high. So a few of these guys trying to get back some of the positions they lost will go high. But other than that, the top 6 status quo.
How about the recovery for Dustin Shepard? Just got spun in that wreck not too long ago, and he's already back up in the 9th right now. That's a great recovery.
Great recovery for him, and he's got to think points night. I mean, it's over. I mean, for him to win this race. We're in green-white checker territory. Don't do anything to ruin it now. You've made it back into the top 10. You just finish her off.
Brinkley, don't make it any worse.
I mean, how about someone getting a jump on Brinkley? He hasn't been doing anything too crazy up here. You got to guess, don't you, Colin? Just go for it.
Yeah, that's your best bet right here. Obviously, he's been out jumping everybody right here. I mean, the closest we've seen was where his quarter panel was. I mean, he was right at the quarter panel. That was it. And Blaise just took off after that. We'll see if Bryan can get something.
Oh, and a quick start. I love it. He switched it up. He switched it up on him. That allowed Ashen to get down to the inside of Hacker. So Ashen putting on heat for second. It's all Brinkley for the win. Battle for second. Ashen and Hacker down into the corner. Here comes Alexander. Blaise Brinkley coming around to get the white flag. Ashen digging hard on the bottom.
Yeah, Gary, that was very small. Oh, we got
on a little bit of contact and wreck, and Blaise Brinkley going to come through 3 and 4 and going to win the Pensacola 100. Battle for second. Ashen going to hold off Hacker. Alexander holds off Austin. Then Nichols, Janjanin, Callahan, Dinsmore grabs the top 10 along with Jesse Womack. Dustin Shepard falls to 13th.
Oh,
with,
no.
You can see a little bit of an incident.
Poor Dustin. We said that all he needed to do was just manage it at the end. And he ended up getting wrecked.
Blaise Brinkley once again in victory lane. This guy, not only a great driver, but great luck. He gets out front. He is tough to beat, man. That's win number 4 for the 77.
Yeah, flag to flag, he dominated this race. He did exactly what he needed to on restarts. But yeah, Blaise ran an absolute great race tonight. No complaints out of him at all.
I mean, beautiful picture being lined up. Brinkley, Ashen, and Hacker out here. Great job by them as Hacker tries to get it perfectly aligned for the photo. And I don't think that's quite perfect, but it's doable. Tough from inside the car, easy from up here.
Oh yeah, no doubt. It's definitely hard to place that car exactly where you want it.
All right now let's take ourselves a little short commercial break. Welcome back to the North-South Racing League and the Pensacola 100. Blaise Brinkley, your winner. That's number 4 on the year. That'll extend his points lead as well in race 6 of 13. Colin, exciting race. Some of the more exciting stuff like Ashen, Hacker, Alexander on the outside constantly. It was some great battling out there tonight.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Five Flags always puts on a show like usual. Definitely had that outside there a little bit. Wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, but yeah, these guys put on a great race. Definitely showing off their talent here.
Yeah, they really did. They did an awesome job out here. And let's see if we can get a hold of these guys and get right into some race interviews as we bring in the O2 machine of Mr. Bryan Hacker, hanging on, finishing third. A solid finish here tonight, Bryan. Congratulations.
Thanks. We'll take a podium. I would have liked to have been second or even tried to race Blaise there for the win, but I was trying to get an early start to bedtime there on that last restart.
An early start to bedtime.
I fell asleep hard.
Well, I wouldn't say he fell asleep. Blaise switched it up there. It was an interesting move. He'd been doing something similar most of the race. He saved it for that last one to go early. Caught you a little bit off guard, made it tough, but I'm sure you would have liked to have seen a little more green flag, especially in those last, 30 or 40 laps, Gary. Sorry, Bryan. I think you maybe you had something for him. You think you did?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we took right side tires with like 60 to go, so it really doesn't matter in these cars once you get a couple heat cycles on them. But if we would have gone, the last 30 or 40, like you said, to the end green, I think we might have had something. But just lucky, fortunate. There are a couple wrecks near us that we didn't get caught up in tonight, and it's crazy. I've been running this league for several seasons now, and it's always been really good racing. We've run several races green to checker, and for whatever reason this season, sometimes we just can't get out of our own way.
Well, the late models, although you say we've done it before, they're extremely tough. 30 car fields, one little checkup. I mean, we've seen a couple incidents tonight where barely contact, but as you know, any contact mid corner, the car's going around. That just happens. But we're looking at you right now, Bryan, and very consistent. Fifth in the points here, third place tonight. Great points night. How are you feeling about your championship run? And what do we got to do to get the horseshoe out of the the yoo-hoo there of Mr. Brinkley with those draws?
Yeah, he's had some fortunate luck there in the redraw, but I think we were leading points going into the night 2 weeks ago, and we were wrecked 2 times in a row there. So to get back on the podium is going to help, but yeah, we're gonna need a little bit more than that this season. I think if we want to crawl back into this thing, I don't know if it's going to happen. 2 bad weeks like that back to back where we finished or didn't finish or limped across the finish line, that's not going to get it done. So good start tonight at a track that I don't really care for all that much. I love it watching it in real life, but just running here for whatever reason, I'm not a big fan of these hammer down tracks where you're on the throttle 99% of the time. So hopefully, I don't even know where we're going next week. Hopefully it's somewhere that requires a little break.
We're headed to South Boston. How do you like that, Bryan?
I like it better than here, I'll tell you that much.
Well, Five Flags is a known short track that people talk about like they love, but underneath it, I think a lot of people feel like you do, Bryan, and maybe have a love-hate with it. But you finished third. Great night. Great points night. South Boston, you're going to like, so I'm wishing for you, man. Good luck the rest of the way. Anybody you want to shout out or thank, you go right ahead, my friend.
Yeah, Austin Designs for painting up the colorful paint schemes this season. I'm always trying to change it up a little bit. Boulder Beer Bar, who's on the hood for the first time ever this season. Aberdeen Lodge, as well as Simrat Market.
All right, great host of sponsors there for our second place finisher, Mr. Bryan Hacker there. Colin, I believe you're sitting down there with second place finisher tonight.
Yeah, Gary, how do you feel about your overall performance tonight after ran a great race all night, holding the inside lane, outside lane, all of the above. You just ran a great race. How do you feel about tonight?
I thought it was pretty good. Of course, I wish we had some more green flag laps. We had some good battles going on between me and Mike and JD and Hacker there at the end. But overall, yeah, I don't think I was fast enough to win it, so I will definitely take a P2.
Yeah, well, you definitely impressed me and Dean up in the booth with your inside and outside ability. You used both lanes. You made them both work. You look great. But how do you feel about South Boston next week? A little bit more of a driver's track, you know. Gonna probably use a little bit of brakes there. So how you feel about South Boston?
I like South Boston about as much as I like Five Flags, so I think we'll be all right there. Usually, I always run pretty good. Just hopefully, we get enough green flag laps for it to count.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I think you'll definitely be better on the long run. But great night for you, Gary. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Gary, you want to shout out anybody? You go right ahead, my friend.
All right, yeah. Shout out to my friends and family that watch. I got to send a link to every week, even though they can just go subscribe to your channel, but that's too much work for those
No,
guys.
you tell them subscribe to Wind Tunnel TV, YouTube, Facebook.
Agreed.
Hey, I try. That's for sure. You guys, after every week, I go and I back and I watch the replays, and you guys do a really good job.
All right, appreciate it, Gary. Congrats on second. That takes us to the number 77 points leader, race winner, Blaise Brinkley. Congratulations, Blaise. Sounds like I get a little tongue-tied. Too many wins, man. They got me flustered here. That's your fourth win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, after completing your fourth win and completing more luck in the redraw, what's better? I mean, we're impressed with your driving, but the clairvoyance with the crystal ball, what's going on, Blaise? You're not a hacker by nature, are you?
No, I'm just half decent race car driver. Five Flags was actually Five Flags was actually one of the tracks that I was not looking forward to. I just always kind of ran mid here, never been that quick. And then I actually got off work pretty late, so my first lap was qualifying. So got lucky, hit the redraw, started on the pole.
Yeah,
And
starting out front, a huge advantage, Blaise. You get those restarts. We got quite a few cautions tonight, to be expected in a big field here. And really, the getting out there quickly to those great starts was kind of key. Tell me a little bit about the last one. I was commenting that, it looks fairly similar what you're doing. And someone's just got to take a guess, and try to get to your outside if they want a shot at this thing. But you switched it up and you went real early there. I loved it. Tell me a little bit about that decision.
yeah, you just gotta switch it up a little bit. If you go in the same spot every time, that's whenever they are gonna hit it. So you just you gotta keep them wondering.
All right, so Gordon, Blaise, Brinkley. How about Jeff Gordon? What do we got? Is this partial? Is there any likeness there, affinity for the old Jeff Gordon, or did you even bother watching an old man like him now?
Oh yeah, I love Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, goats.
Love it, love it. Earnhardt man, myself, a little bit older, going back to the, do it for Dale thing. But Blaise, you're quickly becoming a fan favorite out here and a favorite to win the championship. We move on. We go to South Boston now. How are you feeling about that track?
Oh, I love South Boston. South Boston's like one of my favorite racetracks, so I'm pretty excited to get there. But usually my favorite racetracks is when we get wrecked or something major happens.
Right.
So watch us next week. We will probably get messed up. If not, catch us in the top 3.
All right. Well, I love it, Blaise. Go ahead, Colin. You got something?
I said I just like the confidence, but I think that me and you both, Dean, can agree that he's not just an average race car driver.
No, definitely not average here. Blaise, one of the best, leading the points, 4 wins on the season. Now, congrats, man. You got any sponsors? Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, Triangle Esports Academy. They helped me keep going. And Ethan Johnson with EJR Wraps for making my car look good.
All right, car looks good because it's out front. Love it. Blaise Brinkley, your race winner, Colin.
Yeah, he just very humble is all I have to say, and it definitely shows on the racetrack that he's a great race car driver, knows exactly what he's talking about. Wasn't a bit of a surprise that he did what he did tonight, but it is always great to see somebody run and dominate stuff like that.
It is, and I love the humbleness. I love if you're gonna have a guy win several races in a league, you want him to be a good representative of the league, and I think Blaise is that humble kid, and sounds like he's got a bright future. And speaking of the future, every Monday night, 9 p.m., it's the North-South Racing League. We'll have the coverage as always, and we hope you'll join us. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for tonight, for Colin J. Kennedy, thank you very much, Colin. And a little shout out to Baron Labosco out there in the ether of the world. Hopefully he's listening tonight. But that'll wrap it up for the Pensacola 100, and we'll see you right here next time on Wind Tunnel TV.